So at this point, it's like... Welcome. Today we have a special treat. It's random. Just random crazy stories that have happened to us.
They're very entertaining though.
Yeah. So if you are looking to be entertained, look no further.
Some of these will shock you.
Shock you. And
to
me.
your core.
Yeah. So you might get fucked up after this. But you know.
We will.
Yeah.
After this.
I mean,
That's
we
what
are
we're gonna do.
Oh, you have to work.
I have to work.
Okay, well, yeah, so we have a couple stories each. Do you want to kick us off?
I'll start with my kidnapping.
That's good.
I was 16.
Okay.
I guess it's not, whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so I was 16 and I was planning on getting a puppy from the Humane Society, so my sister and I go to Walmart to get puppy supplies. And, you know, we're both in the same aisle. We're just a little apart from each other. And I'm just like in the zone, the puppy zone. And I feel someone grab my butt cheek, like full on. Like,
oh no.
And I think like whisper in my ear like, hey, or something. Don't think anything of it, by the way. I'm not scared at this point because I'm like, oh, it's somebody that like, it's someone that I know. Don't know who would do that, but my mind immediately.
Naturally.
So I go to turn.
Oh no.
And there's someone's face, literally this man that I have no idea.
Maybe that's when you started getting uncomfortable with people touching you.
I think maybe it makes sense.
That makes sense. I get it.
He still has my butt cheek in his hand. And
oh my god.
and his face is like, we're staring each other in the eyes, and like, I'm just like shocked. I am in shock. I don't even know what to do. I can't say anything. And we're just both like,
I'm sure his expression was a little bit more
his
excited.
was different, but mine was pure fear.
Oh god.
And he just goes, while he's looking me in the eye like this close to my face, he's like, damn girl, you got a tight ass. And I'm just like, I'm still just standing there.
Oh god. What do you oh god.
Like, I don't think anything was going through my mind. It was
No,
just like
it's
pure
just
blank
shock.
panic
Yeah.
shock. And like, I was even more shy then. Like, I was just like, I don't know. And I don't remember if he just like turns away or what, but I think he walked away. So I immediately, my sister is literally like right down the aisle. And I'm like, did you see that? And she's like, no, what? And so my back is turned. Like, he went that way. So my back, I can't see him anymore. So I start telling her what happened. And as I'm talking to her, she gets this just like look of fear on her face. And she's looking past me and she just goes, run. And I don't look back. I just take off as fast as I can. We run right out to my car, lock the door, and start driving. And I was like, what happened? What was it?
Fuck?
And she was like, there was some man. By the way, I hadn't even gotten to tell her the story yet. She was like, there was some man like running towards you with a look that just like he was gonna kill you. And I was like, he tried to kidnap me, I think. I was like, he had already grabbed me. And I was like, I can't believe you didn't see it. Right there. But yeah, I didn't even look back.
That must have been the most terrifying. That's like the type of shit you have in a nightmare where you don't even know it's chasing you, but you have to keep running kind of thing. But that was real life. And
Yeah.
he touched your butt.
And he touched my butt.
Oh.
And I don't remember feeling like, my mind just went straight to like, just run. That's all I had in my head. Like, I didn't think anything else. I'm sure there was fear there, but all I was just like,
Your only objective.
1 foot in front of me.
Holy shit.
And then I remember, I was telling my sister about this the other day, and she's like, yeah, don't you remember? So I think one of my brothers, either my brother's friend or his mom worked at Walmart. And so we called and they're like, can't you look at the security camera? Because my mom was like, wanted him arrested.
For sure.
But nothing ever happened. So.
Did they look at the camera?
I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, that was mine.
Oh my god. We're lucky to have you here today.
Yeah, I don't know what he wanted to do with my, like, 90-pound ass.
Your tight ass.
I mean, it was tight.
So he's not wrong. He accurately described it, at least.
There was no
He's at least a very
it.
accurate man. That is terrifying.
Yeah, it is. And now I'm not necessarily scared to go to places by myself, but I was for a long time after that. And, like, sometimes I will think, like, do I want to walk in there by myself? And I'm not relaying it to that or anything, but I think that's probably the root of it.
Yeah. We should do a self-defense class.
I would love to.
There's one coming up this month. It's $10.
I'm in.
Sweet.
Okay.
Well, my story is a little bit different. I have no idea how old I was, but I was really, really young. And and I love my dad. Okay.
He's a great man.
He's a fantastic man. And one day I was with my mom. I don't know if my sister was there.
How old do you think you were?
I don't even know if I was 6.
Okay, really young.
Like, I was really young.
Okay.
I should figure that out. I'm not sure. But and I went to pick up my dad from work or something like that. With, like, my mom was driving. Murder me. Anyway, and we see my dad, so I put my head out the car window and I'm like, Dad! And then my mom claims that she wanted to give me more room to stick my head out the window so she wanted to put the window down, but instead she put the window up. So I have my head out the window and the window comes up and I am screaming. I can't I can't be like, Mom, hey, you fucked this up. So and I can actually even doing this, I just remember it.
Oh.
It was so tight and I was telling my mom, and then my mom's panicking, so she says. My mom's panicking and she doesn't know what to do. And so eventually she gets the window and there was a white line right there. And my sister said there was a car next to us, which I don't remember, but I'm surprised that my mom didn't go to jail. So anyway, yeah, I was very excited to see my dad, and I was almost murdered by my own mother. So.
Did she freak out afterwards, or?
Yeah, she was freaking out.
It's all,
allegedly. But yeah, she was freaking out.
It's gonna look like an accident.
God, there's a car next to us. I don't think this is gonna fly.
We're gonna have to just reverse this.
So yeah, almost got murdered by my mom.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
She's gonna love me.
She's gonna feel really good that this is out there now.
I almost feel bad. Okay.
Yeah, no, my mom didn't actually try to murder me. Let's not blink twice, But yeah, she's a good woman as well. I have great parents.
I agree. She is.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so my next one, I'm gonna say my best one for last.
Yeah. That's it. I can't
stick around for just the best thing you've ever heard. I have a sneaking out story. So it's not something that was uncommon in my household. There was nothing we wouldn't do to get out of that house. We would go over to my friend's house. Her mom did not give 2 shits. She'd be like, see you at 6 a.m.
Oh, one of those parents.
At 14. But then my mom was like, why do y'all want to go there? She knew.
She had an idea.
And so she was like, y'all can't go over there, but they can come over here. And we're like, okay. Do you think we could have a camp out outside? And we just walk out of the tent. But then they started catching on to that.
Wait, did you regularly camp out?
Yeah. And then they started getting
Allegedly.
And then they're like, why do your friends all want to come over here and camp out? So then they call into that. So then it's
Camp Moody.
Yeah. And so there was a time, so me and my sister just started, we're like, okay, we won't go over there. They won't come over here. We'll just walk out the back door.
The easiest of options. We're just gonna walk
Oh,
out.
my mom was on the couch. It was fine.
How the fuck did you get away with it?
I don't know, because the dog we had at the time would bark at anything. We were so freaking quiet. I don't know.
Were you guys ever scared? Like, is it like?
I mean, yeah. And I would have a lot of anxiety, like, you know, I would think I heard my mom saying my name. Like, I would be waiting on the street, or I would think I saw her truck.
Oh god, that freaks me out.
And I would, like, the whole time I'd be, like, looking around, like. But, the only time we ever got caught, and we did it so many times, and the only time we ever got caught was this huge ordeal. And we were both 14, and my sister's boyfriend was 14. But I had a boyfriend that could drive.
Amber coming in clutch.
I think he was like 16 or 17. Probably 17. He was way older than us. And he picked us up. And, you know, what do you do on a Saturday night in Palatka, Florida? You go to Walmart.
You snuck out and went to Walmart.
It wasn't my idea. He was actually high on drugs. And he was like, I need to go to Walmart for a second. And I was like, okay. So he's like, you guys stay here in his truck. I'll be right back. And I was like, okay. And then I get a text message from him, and I was like, hey, can you come inside real quick? So I was like, okay. He's like, I'm in the movie section or whatever. I don't know. So I go back there, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, I don't see him. And it just so happens, the manager comes up to me and was like, hey, can I help you find anything? And I was like, no, I'm just looking for my friend, which shouldn't have said. But I didn't know. And he was like, okay. Then I get a text message from my boyfriend saying, hey, I'm in the bathroom stall. I'm trying to steal this camera. Everyone knows they're waiting for me to walk out of the stall. And I was like,
You're just casually stealing a camera right now?
and
So
I'm
he
like, what do you want me to do?
He's like, hey babe, let's all hang out. By the way, really quick, I just gotta go to Walmart and steal something.
Probably because he needed more drugs.
So true.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you? Okay.
So I'm like, I don't know what to do about this. So I'm like, I think he's texting like, they know, like, you know, I'm caught, whatever. So I'm like, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, save yourself.
So I start walking quickly out, and I look behind, like, as I'm walking out, and I see that they, like, have him in handcuffs, and they're, like, walking with him. So I'm like,
Don't know him, never met him.
Yeah. And so we get in the truck, and so we're just gonna drive away.
Wait, you guys are 14?
Yeah.
Oh no!
But the truck battery was dead. As we're cranking it, it won't crank. And as we're doing this, 3 cop cars come and...
Why are you in another nightmare?
My whole life is a giant nightmare.
I would have been sweating.
Oh my god, it was terrible. So these cop cars come around. They like
surround you guys.
Yeah. And of course we had to get out. We had to go into like the little loss prevention place. And
no, you didn't steal.
It's like, I didn't do anything. And they're like, how old are you? So when we told them how old we were, they're like, I mean, we can't press charges or anything. He got like some kind of trespassing thing, but because we were so young, there's like, well, you just need to call your parents to come get you.
I'd rather be arrested.
I was like, I cannot in good faith just hand over a telephone number like that.
You were like,
nope. No, we were just all sitting there in silence. He was like, with our heads down like this. And he was like, either someone starts talking and giving me their full number, or he said something like, I'm going to look up your address and I'm going to bring you there in handcuffs and it's going to be a lot worse or whatever.
You're like, no, that might not be
Well,
worse.
I was, in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to take my chances. Because how long is it going to take him to figure out where we live? Like, you know?
Amber's like, I can probably slip out of these handcuffs.
I think I can run faster than him.
Pretty fast.
So I'm just not
tight ass.
I've been told So I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I'm literally not responding to anything
You're
saying.
so brave. I would be I'd be like, here's all my information.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
The other one did that. My
Oh, Mandy.
She starts being like 3, 5, 2.
That would have been me on
I
her
was just
side.
like,
Fucking weak.
so we had, I think like, I don't know, put pillows in our bed or something to make it look like we were home. Anyway, so my mom answers the phone and he's
Did
like,
he call
he
her?
calls. So he's like, hi, I have your 2 girls here at Walmart, whatever.
Just
And
grocery shopping.
she's like, you have the wrong number. He's like, no. She's like, no, my girls are home, they would never do that. And he's like, you should check them in.
Oh, that's...
And she just kept being like, no, like, this isn't, like, no.
Your mom had so much trust in you guys. Oh.
So my dad comes and gets us. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Oh. Could you imagine? You're an adult. You want to go to bed. Okay? You don't want to deal with shit. Your kids are great. And all of a sudden you get a call at 5 a.m. come pick your kids up. Oh, man. I would be childless.
So, yeah, it was really bad. So we get home. My mom, like, wouldn't talk to us. Which hurt, or, you know, that was, like,
the worst.
That's the worst. Of course, we get our phones taken away.
Mm-hmm.
But the worst part is, it was, like, a handful of days, like, 2 days before Christmas.
Worst Christmas ever.
So nobody's speaking, like, we're just like, when they still let us open our gifts, we're just like,
that's probably worse.
it was worse. It was way
You're like,
worse. We got a Wii. But like, I thought we were allowed to play with that. I don't know. But I was just like opening and I was like, thanks. Then it gets worse. As I'm already done opening my presents, my mom's like, what's on your neck? A giant hickey on it.
oh my god. Oh no, how are you sitting here?
And I was just like, I don't remember what I said.
I don't, at this point,
Was it just like, you know, I don't remember what I said. But,
oh my god.
so then, you know,
There's more?
no, that's it. But, you know, we couldn't be trusted because both my parents worked. So we had to go with my dad to work because this was during Christmas break. So we had to go with my dad to work every single day. He worked 45 minutes away all day. I mean, it wasn't like horrible because like we literally just sit there. We like brought like a blow-up air mattress and just sat there.
At least you had your sister.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I got in trouble, like it wasn't just one of us,
Yeah.
you know. So that did make it better. And then we had our phones taken away for like a month. But yeah.
Wow. Again, we're so lucky to have Amber here today because she almost died multiple times apparently. The scariest one is definitely that one.
Yeah. If I had to choose one to redo, it would be grab my ass.
All day. Tell me how tight it is.
Yeah.
Oh. God, I literally got so. I am like.
You should feel like, actually, I don't want you to because I'm embarrassed, but.
I'm clammy.
Reliving that.
Yeah. Oh God, no. Anyway, don't know if mine compares. It doesn't, but I'll tell it anyway.
Please.
Back in high school, I snuck out, but not out of my house because A, I was too scared, and B, it was impossible. I actually didn't even want to try it because it's, I hate getting in trouble. Oh God, just thinking about it. Your story just made me freak out. So yeah, I never snuck out of my house. But I spent the night at this girl's house, and it was me and the girl, and then another girl. I think there's 3 of us. And we're just hanging out, like watching a movie. I think we're watching Twilight or whatever stupid movie. Just, a typical teenager doing lame stuff.
It's not what I did, but sure.
Yeah, maybe not typical. I don't know if you're typical though. But
I think you were more typical.
I don't know. But yeah, it was a calm night. And then this guy messaged one of the girls and was like, hey, you guys should come see me or something like that. and she lived probably like by car a good 20 minutes from this guy's place. 25 minutes. I don't even know. Don't know. I have no sense of direction. So, and they're like, okay. And I'm like, cool, let's do this, whatever. And the girl's like, my mom goes to bed early, so we'll sneak out. We'll walk over there.
Oh, we just stole the car. That's
And
what we
first,
did.
like, I'm into Grand Theft Auto.
Just take their car.
Like,
I'm starting to think that I was a really bad person.
I thought I was bad. We turned out great, though. I don't know how we turned our lives around, but we sure did.
I'm a good seed now.
You are. I'm so shocked to hear this past life. But anyway, so we're like, yeah, we'll walk. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So her parents go to bed, or her mom. I think it was just her mom. Her mom goes to bed. We sneak out the window, and I was like, this is so cool. Like, this is like those movies where you sneak out the window and we're walking. It's nighttime. It's so cool. And we keep walking. And we keep walking, and
like
we
2
walked,
hours?
literally it took like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it was absurd.
Yeah.
And like,
sweating when you get there.
yeah, like,
Makeup.
the guy probably didn't want to see us at that
You
point.
stink.
But yeah, fucking extra. It was like, wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
But, so like, and it's still fun. Like, we're definitely like, wow, this is gonna take forever. And like, after an hour in, you're like, but it's still fun.
Yeah,
like,
so
we're out there doing shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, we finally get to like around. We didn't know exactly where he lived. It was so stupid. We didn't know exactly where he lived, but we knew like the area. And so we're there in the vicinity. At this point, it's like, I want to say it was like 2 a.m. or something, because a cop drives by and we all were like, run, hide in bushes. So I don't know if it was just like way past the time we should be out, or we're just stupid. I don't know. But we go and we all run into these bushes. And cop leaves, and we all come out, and everyone's like, we made it, like, we did the damn thing. And I look down, and my legs had been scratched because I, of course, run into the only thorn bush available, and I'm bleeding, like, everywhere.
Oh my god.
And it hurts so bad, and I'm like, okay, sweet. So we finally get to, like, the guy's vicinity, and my friend was like, hey, we're here. And he, like, doesn't respond for a long time, and then was like, oh, like, I'm pretty tired. Or he said something that was like, I'm not going to hang out with you guys. Yeah. And we were like,
God.
What do you mean? Because it is fucking, like, 2 a.m., and we still have to walk back. It's going to be 4 a.m. Like, it was a mess. And I'm still bleeding. So then my friend was, or the girl was like, I wouldn't even call her my friend, honestly. But the girl was like, ooh, I hope she doesn't watch that. I don't think she will. Well, whatever, truth's out. She was like, well, Paula's, bleeding. She ran into, like, a thorn bush. Can you at least, like, come meet us and give us, like, Band-Aids or something? Like, just be a good human. And he's like, nah. And I'm like, okay. I followed you idiots around. We walked 4 hours, and I'm bleeding, only to get to this motherfucker's house for him to not even see us, not even give me a fucking Band-Aid or a glass of water. So I was like, we're turning around. Let's go. I'm done with this. And they're like, well, maybe. I'm like, no. And then I got pissed. I was livid.
What did they think was going to happen? Going to change his mind?
I don't know. But apparently they were dumb enough to think that it was a good idea in the first place, which I guess I was too, but I put more blame on it.
I would too.
I was just like, this is fun. Wasn't fun. So then I'm like, let's walk back. So at this point, it's probably like 3 a.m. or something, because maybe even later. I think it was later, because all I know is the girl's mom wakes up at like 6 a.m. and she was going to go to work at that time. And it was something like we had to get back before then. That was the only, because I think she checks in the morning. It was something like that, where we're like, we cannot fuck around. So we start walking back. We're exhausted. And this one idiot was like, why don't we knock on some doors and see if someone will give us a ride back? And I'm like, no. What?
Oh my god.
Like, even when you're dumb and young, you can't be that dumb.
You're just asking for it.
Yeah, we're just going to knock on some person.
They're just going to snatch you.
Yeah. Also, they're going to be like, I'm going to call the cops.
Yeah.
Like, why are there 3 girls?
I didn't even think about that. Like, 2 o'clock in the morning. They're going to think it's an emergency.
Yeah, I would be like, if 3 girls knocked on my door at 4 a.m., I'd be like, you're bleeding. Well, that's weird. We need to go to the police or go to your...
Absolutely.
It was going to be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
So it was bad enough that one girl's like, let's do it. The other girl goes, no, that's a pretty good idea. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the presence of 2
Are they okay
idiots.
now?
I don't know. I know one went to rehab,
Okay.
and I don't know whatever happened to her. And the other one's doing great.
Okay.
So if you average it out, you get me.
Okay.
But so then, like, I'm sitting there arguing with 2 of them. It was a nightmare.
Oh.
And I was like, guys, if you do this, I'm not doing it. I will walk home by myself. You don't know me.
That's
like,
safer than not.
Yeah. I'm like, I will be alone. And they're like, I don't know, we're so tired. I'm like, I don't care. Walk.
Carry each other. Take turns.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll carry both of you. But I'm not getting in trouble for something that was not my idea. So I was pissed. We keep walking. And then at one point, we're like, why don't we hitchhike? 3 girls. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But at this point, it was like 5 a.m. So we're getting closer to the point of, A, we're screwed, or like, maybe we won't see too many freaks out and
Like,
someone nice enough.
Yeah,
like,
our 2 options are get in trouble by mom, or we have an actual excuse that we got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Which sounds better.
Yeah. I'll take that. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not my fault I went missing.
Yeah.
It happened. So at this point, we're like, I don't know, that's dangerous, blah, blah, blah. And the 2 idiots are like, well, it's either that or we're going to knock on the door. I'm like, let's hitchhike, dude. Let's go. So we're walking and this truck starts coming. So we like, do whatever. And it stops.
And how old are you guys?
I was in high school.
And you couldn't drive, or else you wouldn't.
No. I was 15?
Can you imagine what kind of person?
Well, listen. He stops, and he is the creepiest man I've ever seen. I don't even remember his face, but something just like, I was like, no, we're not getting in this vehicle.
Next.
And he's like, do you ladies need a ride? And I'm like, no. And I'm like looking at them like, you idiots, don't ruin this any more than you've already ruined my day. No. Everyone, no. And they're like, no. He's like, all right. And he drives off, and I was like, we could have died. 100%.
Probably would have.
I really still think to this day that was, ugh. So I'm like, no, idiots, let's go. So like, we're walking. We get back, I want to say like 5:55. Like, it was light out. It was time for breakfast. Like, it was a beautiful day. I'm sweating. I'm exhausted. I hate these 2. We climb back into the window and hear her mom wake up. It was honestly poetic.
I was going to say, it's beautiful.
It was nice. But then I'm like, never again. To make it worse, I had a tennis tournament that morning at like 9 a.m.
You've been up all night.
I have been up all night. And my parents picked me up and they're like, what happened to your legs? I'm like, I don't know, I fell. I go to this tennis tournament. Guess what? I played horribly. I lost. I was garbage. And I'm like sitting there and like every ball, I'm like, my legs. Like, I'm so tired. Got home. Survived.
That's all that matters. At the end of every single time when that stuff happens, you're just like, as long as you made it through, like, you don't even care.
You made it through.
As long as you don't get caught,
you
don't
caught.
care about the rest.
Guess what? Never snuck out again. Never was interested in doing it. And never hung out with those girls again either. I was like, no.
Probably 3 of your best choices.
Yeah. I think that's when my life started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm exhausted just thinking about that.
That was an emotional roller coaster.
Are you ready for another emotional roller coaster? Because Amber has quite the ride for you.
I love telling this story.
This is a good story.
So, 2 summers ago, I had to find an internship to be able to even graduate. So, I randomly, because I guess my phone listens to me, like, this one place popped up on my phone, and I was like, this is perfect. I was like, literally, fate has brought us together.
Life has never been so good.
I got to deal with horses every day. It was gonna look great. I messaged the woman. She was so nice. She had an open house thing for the farm. Like, the next week that I went to, everything was great. She was just like, you're perfect. And I was like, you're perfect. And it was great. Well, then, once I actually started, I was like, this woman kind of seems not so great. And I mean, it just got worse and worse and worse. I did everything she asked me to do. Like, I mean, I was literally her puppet. She also was paying me illegally. Like, the rule for internships and students is you either have to pay them minimum wage or supply housing, which I was driving there and she was giving me housing. So she was supposed to get me like $7 or $8, and I was getting, it worked out about $2 or $4 an hour by the time with all the hours that I worked. It was like $200 a week, and I was working like 50 hours a week.
And driving.
And driving an hour back and forth. So there was this other girl my age that also, she actually was like an employee and she lived there, and me and her became really good friends. Thank God. I don't know what I would have done.
You would have lost your mind.
I don't know what I would have done. So anyway, me and her, best friends. And there was another lady that was like renting another part of the barn. And I'm just gonna say it, both their names were Karen. I forgot them. But they're spelled differently. There was like a good Karen and a bad Karen.
How do you spell Karen another way?
Karin. That was a good Karen.
Oh.
Yeah. So
evil and good.
First of all, this woman kept making me do crazy things, like just treating me really, really bad. Just for one tiny little example, because it was just so much that, like, there was a giant, just think of like a huge dumpster, and it's full of horse crap. And every week, they had a tractor come in and tow it away into this giant dumpster thing. And instead of getting the tractor to do it, she told me to go do it by hand with a shovel by myself.
So why did you have to do it by hand? Why? Is the tractor still
in the
coming?
rain too?
She hated you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just double checking.
Yes.
Okay.
And I never did anything to her. There's this thing, like, she obviously wasn't mentally, like, something was wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was, like, seriously, like, dementia or something, but, like, something was bad wrong with her. Like, just to think, I can't even think of a specific example, but the things she would say, like, it just wouldn't make any sense, and, like, things she would do.
Wouldn't she wrongfully accuse people?
Oh my
That was it. That was a whole
I'm glad you remembered that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was nuts.
God, I forgot all about
That was nuts.
Oh my God, okay.
Amazing.
So, something was, like, misplaced in her office. So, she's like, I know exactly who did this, blah, blah, blah. We're going to put cameras up. Like, okay, put cameras up. We helped her do it. Then she's like, oh my God, now this is missing, but we can look on the cameras and see who did it. And we're like, great. So we go to look on the camera.
Everyone together.
First of all, I think she looked on the camera herself and was like, look what I found. That's what it was. She goes to look on the camera herself and says, look what I found. So we go, and she's just talking the whole week like, well, you're not gonna believe what I caught on camera. I caught the person. This is how crazy she was. So we're like, oh my God, like, who was it? She's blaming everyone. Like, she's blaming me. She's blaming the other girl that works for her. She's blaming the other Karen over here. Anyone and everyone. And we're just all like, we don't want any of your dusty old shit. Like, why would we think that? So we go to look, and she's like, this is it. And we're just like, that's you. That's literally you.
And it was clear as day, like her.
I think it didn't show her face, but it was clear as day.
But you could tell it was her.
Yes, she had a very distinct body type. And I was like, that, you don't remember one going in there, or you didn't recognize yourself on the camera?
Have you ever looked in a mirror, maybe?
It was crazy. And then she's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. But it was just like, that wasn't even the last time that happened. Like, that's how something was off.
Oh my God.
And she would constantly go, and she wasn't like super nice to my face, and it got worse and worse and worse. But she was horrible. Like, everyone on the farm liked me. I was nice to everyone. We all became friends. We would, like, go out for drinks. Like, they would buy me lunch. Like, we were all friends. But she would go, and they would just tell me after because no one liked her. And she would go and tell people that I was an idiot, that I'd never amount to anything. You know, I was just dumb, lazy. She called me a piece of shit. Like, I mean, the most horrible things you can imagine. And these people
And
are
you're
like,
so nice.
I was
too.
so, and especially to like
For
a person
too.
of authority. Like,
Yeah.
I was literally so nice. When karma came so abruptly.
Oh, in the best way.
In the best possible way. So, you know, I'm still working there obviously, but it's coming down to time for me to go. And these people come and are like touring the facilities to see if they want to bring their horse there. And so she takes them off. Me and the other girl go and just like, we're just gonna go ride around the whatever we had, golf cart or whatever. And we come back and the people are just walking around by themselves, and we're just like, hey, like, are you guys okay? And they're just like, I don't know, like, Karen kind of just disappeared. She said she had to run. And we're just like, that's weird that she would just like leave you guys. And they're like, yeah, well, we're just gonna go, like, you know, tell her we'll be in touch. It's like, okay. And then we started like cleaning, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if, you know, they just misheard her and she actually said, I've got the runs. And we're just laughing and laughing.
Having a grand old
time. Then we're just like, where did she go? You know, like, we haven't seen her. And she comes around the corner in just a towel. And she's like, something terrible has happened. And I was like, what? She had shit her pants while talking to the clients. And she goes into detail with us. And I was like, I couldn't control myself. Diarrhea started running down my leg. And I'm pretty sure she had white pants on that day. She's like, diarrhea started running down my leg as I was talking to them. And I just had to turn around and walk away. And we were standing like in the doorway to her office. And you could smell it. Like, it was bad. And then she was like, I don't know what to do with my clothes. Like, they're all just completely destroyed. She's like, I'm gonna throw them away. Like, I can't do anything. And by the whole time, I mean, I am trying my best not to laugh, but I am not succeeding. Like, I keep having to turn back and act like I'm coughing because I cannot keep it in. First of all, she should have just ran to her truck and left.
Yeah. But anything else?
Anything else? She always parks right up front. Just walk. If you're gonna walk somewhere, walk to your truck and go home. But no, she had to go in there. She destroyed the bathroom. She ruined her clothes. Okay, I never saw them, but they are apparently destroyed.
I mean, by the sound of it, it must have been really bad.
All of them.
Oh my god. How? Oh. I didn't think about that.
I don't know.
Oh no.
And we weren't even in the, like, there's a room and then a bathroom, and we could see the smell. And I was just like, oh my god.
Karma was so real that it was just like...
I wish I could relive it a million times.
Yeah.
It was one of the best days of my life. And then, to just top it all off, I was supposed to... My internship, like, ended, whatever, in a week. And she's like... She calls me into her office, and the other girl comes in there. And she's much more like, will stand up for herself, and obviously I'm not. So I think she's in there too, or maybe, no. I think I'm just there by myself. I can't remember, but she's like, today's gonna be your last day, and you're not gonna finish out your internship. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, I wanted to cuss her out so bad, but I couldn't get myself to do it. And instead, I'm like, I'm going to be the perfect person so that when I tell the school about this, she won't have a single thing to actually say. So I just was like, okay. But of course she wanted me to work the rest of the day. So I go in there and I tell the other girl, and she like, you can tell she's like getting really mad, and she doesn't say anything, and she just drops her stuff and walks into her office and was like, if you're making her quit, I'm quitting today.
Oh shit.
And that was her only employee that she had. And so we both walked away together. And it was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And then I sent her, she didn't pay me.
Shocker.
And yeah. So I sent her this long text. I couldn't do it in person, but I did this long text, and I was like, telling her, I was like, I know these things that you said about me. You're breaking the law by like paying me $2 an hour, and if you don't send me a check for the last week of, you know, the contract that we agreed on, you know, I'm gonna, I don't know, tell a lawyer or something.
Like go to the school.
Well, I'd already gone to the school, and they knew what was going on. And I did tell her, I was like, you've already been blacklisted from UF, which she was always like, I am partnered with UF. It was like a big thing to her. And I was like, you know, you'll never be able to work with them again. And she just responded, shame on you. And yeah, so I said something else really long, and she mailed me that check. Best day of my life, hands
Karen,
down.
thank you so much for doing that.
Karen, fuck you.
Yeah. We hate you, but thank you for the best story ever. Because we think about it often.
Often. Oh, you shit your pants.
You
Knows everything.
shit your pants. So I'm going to take a left turn here.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going to tell a ghost story.
Yes.
Because everything ghosts, you know, really just makes us all feel good. So, my house is haunted. Let's just get that out of the way. And luckily for me, I don't have to experience it very often. My sister is the chosen one, so which we love that.
Bless up.
Yeah. Thank you, Anna, for taking all of that responsibility. I'm not jealous at all. In fact, if you want to keep doing it for the rest of your life, cool with that too.
She seems to handle it well.
She's doing great. Yeah. So, she's experienced all kinds of shit. I have not, but I live in fear through her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And I like will every once in a while kind of announce in the house, like, hey, we're cool. I like what we're doing here. Very casual. Yeah, don't look at me. Food's in the fridge.
Help yourself.
You can have people over, whatever. Just I'm good. Thank you. And that's usually been fine. But not recently, but maybe in the last 5 years or so, every once in a while something will happen. One day, this actually happened twice. One recently and one a few years ago, but one day I was sitting in the living room watching TV. It's great. My mom's not home. My dad is in my sister's old room because she moved, and some spirits followed her there. So that's, again, thank you for that. But I guess one decided to stay, which is fine. Again, not complaining. We're good. Cool. And I'm watching TV, and my parents' room, the door was closed, and like their door is right next to the TV. So I'm just like chilling, and I see the doorknob just turn, and the door just slowly opened by itself. And I'm like,
Well, look at that.
Thought we were cool. I don't know what
we got
we're
an
doing.
agreement.
Not sure why you decided to go rogue. I just go, hey, Dad? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, hey, your door opened by itself. And I hear like it was like a moment of silence, like, okay. And I'm like, that's not a good reaction. I was expecting like, Paula, you're crazy, or like gravity, or the wind.
Like, that happens every day.
It's like, oh God, it's happening. And I was like, what? So we just didn't talk about it. And I was like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. Because again, I thought we were cool. Whatever. Well, I think this was like 4 years ago at this point. My parents were in Brazil. I think my sister had moved to get, like, she was still gone, whatever. And I was going to have my friend, who you guys have met, Mariah, over. And so she's like doing her thing, and she was going to come over and like sleep over, whatever. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. Just come over whenever. I'm just going to tidy up and, do my thing. So, before you get to my parents' room, there's like a door, their bedroom, their bathroom. So there's like this little, almost like a little hallway. And there's a stand with a mirror there, like right in front of that main door. And I would always, like weigh myself and then take my measurements like right there. So with like a little tape measure. And that was just like my weekly thing. Did it forever, whatever. Don't do it anymore, I can tell you that much. But but that day I went to go do it and I was like, that's weird. The tape measure is missing and it's always there. So I was like, okay, weird. I go into my mom's sewing kit where there's always an extra one and it's not there either. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. But maybe I shouldn't measure myself. You know, this is the universe telling me like, you're good, dude. And I'm like, cool. So whatever. So the day goes on and I'm cleaning up and just chilling and doing my thing. And then I go to take the trash out. And I was like, I'll just go to the front door, take the trash out, and Mirage will be coming soon. It's going to be a great night. Everything's fantastic. And I go to the door, and from the door you can see my parents' room, like diagonally. I open the door, or I'm about to, and I like kind of look over to my parents' room because I was like, what did I just see? And right where the stand is with the mirror, where I always sit to write down my stuff, are both tape measures on the ground, perfectly coiled and rolled up right where I stand.
Both of them?
Both of them. And I'm like, I know I am not fucked up right now. There's no way. Sure, maybe one and it fell awkwardly in a very perfect little roll up. Both. And I look at that and I get like a chill down my spine. And I'm like, no. So I FaceTime my mom. And I'm like, Mom, and by the way, my mom like doesn't believe in, allegedly doesn't believe in ghosts. Sure. We'll talk about that later. And I like FaceTime her and I'm like, do you see this? Like it's there. This happened. I don't know what to do. And I was like, what do I do? And my mom's like, go to the church, get some holy water, bless the house. I'm going to text you what to say. Also, Simone, weird, you don't believe in spirits allegedly and all that stuff, but you have a whole prayer ready to go and you have a plan. So I'm like, okay. So I go and I call Mariah and I'm like, hey, I'm going to need you to cancel anything you're doing right now and you have to teleport to my house immediately because the devil is here. Yeah, I'm like, we have to go bless my house real quick because I think I'm going to become possessed by the devil. I'm not sure. And so she's like, okay, let me just finish this one thing up and I'll be right over. Thank God she's just cool for whatever. So she comes and we go straight to the church. We steal some holy water.
I want to know about that process.
So you just go into the church and there's like a communal holy water thing.
Like
so
church wasn't going on, you just walk in
this is
and
like
you can
8
like
p.m.
take your cup and take some.
Yep. It's like a community. It always feels wrong and illegal, but it's somehow okay. But I just grabbed a water bottle, took it, went back to the house, blessed every inch. I blessed my car, myself, my plants, Mariah, like everything.
Your mom told you like what to say to bless it.
Yes,
okay.
You have to like say things, whatever. I don't even remember it, but hopefully I won't have to ever again. Everything was blessed. I had extra holy water. I even thought about drinking it, but I didn't. I was like, that's too much. Yeah, I thought about it.
Just in case.
But yeah, and then it was good. It was quiet. Everything was fine. And then I think last year, or maybe 2 years ago now, my parents' bedroom door opened back up again by itself, and I'm like, we're doing this again. Okay.
So, like, when you had to go get the holy water, did you feel like, because sometimes things will happen and I don't get like a negative feeling from it, and then sometimes things will happen, I'm like,
oh,
like that's a demon.
For me, it felt negative because it just felt like I was getting clearly fucked with.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like,
you don't think there was like,
hey, it's
that was funny?
Or no.
Okay.
Like it was right where I stand.
They were trying to scare you.
They were trying to be like, yo bitch, look
I'm
at
here.
this. Yeah, like I'm in charge.
Okay.
And I got that and I was like, you're right. You are. And again, I thought we were cool. I don't know where this power dynamic shifting.
Maybe you should write up a contract and have them sign.
I don't want to even do that. Like, where do I put it? I don't want to know that it's been touched. I get chills just thinking about it.
It's pretty scary.
But yeah, so as long as the door opens on its own is about as far as our relationship goes.
Like, I can handle that.
Yeah, do you want to go, cross
Come on in?
Yeah, I'd rather you go through the walls, but if you prefer doors, it's your life.
Sure.
Or afterlife, I'm not sure, but it's your choice.
Well,
so yeah.
We hope that you enjoyed our I think they're pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Now that I've said it out loud, I'm like, okay.
I know. I was like, I don't know if they're going to be that crazy.
Pretty crazy.
We have weird lives.
We do. And weird things happen to us when we get together.
Yeah, that's also a whole nother thing.
Yeah. So, let us know your crazy stories. If you have anything super crazy you want to tell us, DM us. We'll read it. We'll keep it anonymous if you want.
That's true. Yeah, just put that you want it anonymous and we'll just read crazy stories. Yeah. That's fun. I like that. Okay, cool. Well, there we have it, kids.
See you next time.
See you next time.